We'll be able to hear this.
We are live. All right, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to Chrissy Comics Conversation. I do not own the rights to this music, but I thought it would be appropriate for this evening. We have some very, very, very special guests, and we're going to jump right into it. But first and foremost, I always like to give my salutes to the first responders, people that are standing on the front lines in the midst of this pandemic, because we are still in it.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get fooled. Don't run out here. Be a fool and get yourself sick. There are still people dying. Protect yourself. Get vaccinated. Whatever it is that you feel that you need to do for yourself. But first, salute those first responders, because without them, we wouldn't have made it this far.
Yes,
we also want to say a happy Pride Month. So they are included in this as well. This is their month. Just want to salute to them. Now, again, this is Chrissy Comics Conversation, and I am your host, Chrissy. And my very, very, very special guest this evening are the Simpsons.
Hey.
Relationship goals. I'm so excited to have you guys on this evening.
Yes, indeed.
Yes,
glad
to be here.
Glad to be here.
Yes. Now, I know Mr. Simpson.
Uh-huh.
I've known him since I was a child.
Since little children, yes.
Since I was a little wee little kid, teenager. Wow. And I recently started seeing you and your wife podcasting. I'm doing some Facebook Lives, and I enjoyed it. I started watching each week when I could, and the information that you guys were given, not only was it useful, but it was hilarious. it was like good, useful, funny information all at once.
Appreciate
it's hard to really watch podcasts when they don't have that. It's something special about them. And it's something definitely special about you guys. And if you could take a moment and tell people who you are.
All right. Well, I started with, we are the Simpsons. I'm Antonio Simpson, but you know me as Chico Simpson. Most people know me as Chico Simpson.
Yeah.
We're just a couple out here just trying to convey love and laughter and longevity, all that other stuff, all the L's.
All the L's.
But we're just out here trying to maintain with this podcast, and thought this would be a nice platform to come on and share some of our experiences and just have fun on this cross platform.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
You?
So I'm Yolanda Simpson, and we've been married for 22 years.
22 years?
2 years. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
you guys don't look like you've been married 22 years, by the way.
Yeah.
Wow.
My daughter, she's 27 years old. We met in high school. For those that don't know, we met in high school. My 11th grade Spanish class is where I met him. And I guess the rest is history.
Yeah.
Wow. That is so rare that you, first of all, see a couple that met in high school that are still together. And then the biggest part of it is a couple of color that met in high school that are still together and have, their kids. So that is congratulations. Cause I mean, I've been married.
Okay.
And it didn't last 22 months, let alone 22 years.
It's something.
Yeah. It's an experience to say the least.
We got some stuff to talk about with that as well.
Yeah. We're gonna get into a lot of things because this evening our topic is the next generation of dating and where are we headed? My generation is having such a difficult time that at my age now, almost 40, I'll be extremely blessed if I can get 22 years out of someone if I was to get married. At this level of life, you may get maybe 10. And that's like nothing, my grandparents, Chico, they were married for 43 years. That's just a rarity, and that was till death did them part, that they parted. We don't have that in our community right now. Why do you think it's difficult for dating for us right now?
But with me personally, I think it has a lot to do with, and you may have heard me talk about this before, but I think just in this generation, and I just think a lot has to do with social media. I'm recently finding out that things are done more about loyalty and stability, and they're not really incorporating the love in it, I guess. So a lot of things, me personally, I feel like people are dating for the gram or for the Facebook or for the status, or what can you do for me and I'll do for you, more of a partnership. And I just think with that, if you don't have love and God in it, it's not going to really last.
I mean, and not only that, but just friendship.
Yeah.
I mean, are y'all just y'all just doing it? Is that what y'all do? Y'all just doing it? I mean, but
doing it. What you mean doing it? Doing it?
Go ahead.
I mean,
you got it. No, look, I invited y'all on. I know y'all go ahead and be yourselves.
I'm sorry. I was just trying to see what doing it.
Y'all fuck.
Okay.
Or y'all fuck.
Ooh.
Is that what you're doing?
Oh.
Or she said it. That's right. She said it. If that's what y'all are doing.
A friendship. Are we building? Can I talk to you about everyday life? Can I talk to you about political things? Can I talk to you about social things? Can we talk? Can we have a conversation? And I think there is a lot of people that don't even know who they are. And so if you don't even know who you are and you are inviting someone else into your life, it's just
not going to work.
I
think I posted that, I'm starting to do a Chrissy comment thing where I say little things each day. And I said that the other day, I'm dating me. And if I can't love me, then how can I expect somebody else to understand how to love me?
Exactly.
So I encourage people to date yourself. Go out by yourself. Find out what you like, what your interests are, before you can bring in the next person to tell them, what it is that you like, because you still may not know.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, and it's funny that you said 10 years, because I'll be honest. Back when we first got married, that was my expectation too. So I can't even just blame that. I can't even blame that on this generation.
I wasn't looking at 10 years. I don't know why he said that. I don't know why you thought that.
Listen, let me tell you something. I proposed to her twice.
You did.
I proposed to her twice. The first time, if she'd have said yes the first time, we probably would have been that 5-year, 10-year, because she hadn't experienced nobody else other than me, to be honest.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys, you went your separate ways for a while and dated other people?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've been together for 30 years.
Oh, okay.
31 years. And so only married 22. So that means, in that
you had some time to grow.
I'm saying we'll break up and she'll go get her a little new boo, and I go get me a boo. I ain't really had no boo, but
okay.
but no, I just think that today, like I said, I think a lot of times I watch my daughter date. I watch my daughter date sometime, and they'll sit beside each other, and they'll be on their phone. So,
which brings me to my next question about these dating apps right now. What do you guys think about dating apps? Because obviously you didn't have to use them, Yeah.
No.
You mean the new like what?
I mean, you got so many. You got Facebook dating, you got Instagram dating. Just download an app and date.
Yeah. Well, I think it connects people. I really can't speak on it a whole lot, but I do have friends that have met.
Oh yeah.
have met people through dating apps, and I mean, I feel like sometimes you may have to go on there to connect people, because, like I said, people are not talking no other way. Everything is done through phones and text messages. Even when you're dating, they're not falling asleep on the phone no more like we used to do.
Yeah. I'm even from that time frame.
Yes, you are.
Sleep, you wake up and realize that person's snoring.
Yes, you know what it is. Wake up in the morning.
Yeah, wake up in the morning, brushing your teeth, y'all still on the phone trying to get ready. You get to school, you see each other again, you're still talking like
all that.
All of that. No, it's difficult. and I can say it from my point of view, still being in that space of dating and learning how to date, it is very difficult to meet people in general, not just dating them, but you first got to meet them, because people don't know how to approach you. They don't know how to talk. They, they rather sit next to you and see if they can find you on Facebook first and then go in your inbox.
Wow.
So it's not like a walk up and say, hey, you look nice. That you don't, I rarely get men that approach me.
Yeah.
And that is like, people go, really? I'm like, they don't approach me.
Why you think that? You think you intimidate a lot of people?
I have heard that. My brothers tell me that. They tell me that men sense strong women and women that they can't play those type of games with. So I guess it's more men that want to play games than it is serious.
Yeah.
I can believe that.
Yeah, my last relationship, it's in that midst right now of going through the phase of breakup, and I can speak about that. And we met through somebody else, so that was different. I didn't have to meet him through social media, but I did find that while we were dating, social media played a part in some of our disagreements. So because of that, I took the extra step and removed myself from his social media, because I felt like, hey, we're not married. I don't need to know who's your friends and who's liking what picture of what, because it creates a little bit of insecurity.
Oh yeah, it does. It does.
But you have to be mature enough to see that it will create insecurities.
Absolutely.
A lot of people don't want to see it, but it does.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. So, being married 22 years, how do you do it? How do you get to that point? I mean,
it's hard work.
Marriage is easy. It's the people. It's people that are difficult.
Really?
You can get along with your significant other. Everything else is easy.
You know what? That's very interesting. I've never heard, very rarely hear anyone say that it's easy. It's just the other outside forces.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Hold on, Chrissy. We're not gonna do this.
We're not gonna do what? Marriage is easy. It's easy.
Chrissy, you know how we do it.
Yeah, I know how.
Listen, she playing. It sounds good. We are not about to do this. It's not easy. It is
a lot of sacrifice.
Okay.
And on each person's part. You both have to sacrifice. And in that sacrifice, I have to want it just as much as he wants it.
True.
Whatever it is. So that one person won't feel slighted.
Now, I can agree with that.
Okay.
I'm saying to go through 22 years and be where we are now, we've had to go through some hills and valleys.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I was told that my first year would be my hardest year. And then after you get through the first year, it'll be peaches and cream. It was just the opposite. Yeah, my first year was my easiest year. It was my easiest year. I don't know. I think we still was in the dating phase. Like, I mean, I'm not saying we're not dating now, but I'm just saying, like, it was fresh. We had been together. I had them propose to her before, and we ended up breaking up. And then I came back, and I just knew that I knew that I was ready to get married when I married her.
How is it that? Now, this is a two-part question for the both of you. How did you, as a man, know that you were ready to get married, and how long were you, as a woman, willing to wait for him to ask?
Ooh,
that's a good question.
I find, and I put this question out there because I find that we're in a back to what's going on in the generation gap we have. A lot of times, people are willing to wait, years. You know a couple that's been together 10 years, 15 years. You thought they were married, but now you had a big wedding, like
Yeah.
they were married.
We just seen somebody.
We did.
They got 5 or 6 kids together. You thought they were legit.
So technically they were married,
Yeah, they you done went to house parties, but now they married. And I know with me, I'll say this. This is anybody that's even thinking about coming my way. Don't come my way if you waste more than a year to 2 years of my time. I am
Okay, so let's
40 years old. Look, I'm almost 40 years old. I can't. That's one thing you cannot get back is time.
Yeah,
You can't get it back.
You can't.
Now, if I was 20, okay, I play around with you, and you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm almost 40. You got 2 years max, and if you can't figure it out, I gotta go.
Well, here's the thing, Chrissy. This is what I said, and I think a lot of people get in trouble. And this is what I'm saying. If you put that stipulation on it, are you really ready to move on? Because what I get back to this generation, what's happening is women are saying that in 2 years, if you don't marry me, I'm gonna go. But then what happens is I see that a lot of women are going, they get that 2-year max, and then they say, let me just go ahead and propose to this man. So now
I've been seeing that.
Yeah,
Yolanda, what do you think about that?
Yeah,
what do you think about that? As a woman, how do you feel about that?
No, I'm not in agreement with it. No,
me either.
Almost...
I saw one post where the woman was even pregnant. Did you see that one?
Oh, pregnant and proposing?
Pregnant and proposing.
Oh no.
I don't agree.
No, so I'm just saying, if you say 2 years, then are you willing to stick to the 2 years, or then does it become stipulation? What if it's 2 years and then he give you an engagement ring? Do you wait another 2 years after he give you an engagement ring? You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's when I call them shut up rings.
You know what, we really do know when and who the guy is going. Who we know what. We know. We know. I can just say that I knew with him that I had enough of just the dating, the breakup, the makeup. We had a daughter, so we had to share, time with her and picking her up, taking her to school, that type of thing. And so we had both made an agreement. We decided we weren't going to be together, and that he was going to do his thing, and I was going to do my thing. And we left it at that. I didn't give him an ultimatum. He didn't give me an ultimatum. We just said we were going to break up. You do you, I'm going to do me. Just make sure that you're available when I need you for your daughter.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was it.
And available to come get some too when, But listen.
I've heard that
anybody yes, he could come and tiptoe
I've
around.
heard that when you share a child, that is easy to come back and forth. I will tell you that no, it did not happen with me.
Yeah.
Once the relationship was done, it was done. I never looked back. I never went back. Some people are different. Yeah. It depends on the situation, who you're with. Yeah. It's been relationships that I've gone back and forth because I think once things get familiar, you get used to a person. Yeah. And you'd rather deal with the nonsense that you know is nonsense than have to learn new nonsense.
Trying to cipher through it. Yeah.
And that's where we are in our generation right now. We are repeating each other over and over again because we are just tired of the constant dating. Like, I got to tell you again what my favorite color is, what food I can't eat, and to tell you all about. I just feel like I need to just type it all up, and every time I meet somebody, just give it to them and let them read it, because I just don't want to keep having to explain it.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a difficult thing. Do you think that our generation can learn some kind of way to get dating back on? Because right now I know that there are statistics out there that say that marriage is just not happening. Is there some kind of way for us to get, and I'm seeing differently online. I mean, people get married all the time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there some kind of way that we can get back on track to make Black love, any
But I'm gonna
people of
tell you,
color, all of it, just to be relevant again?
yeah, it's a young couple that's this generation that I see, or a few young couples that I do see that still date. They travel together, they go out to other countries together. So I do think that there's still hope for it. But like I say, I just think that social media affects a lot of the realness in the relationship because sometimes people are doing things for the response and not for the
Not
real.
for the relationship.
Yeah, not for.
I had a question that came in to me a couple weeks ago, and I knew that this show was coming, and I told that person to hold on, that I hopefully be able to get an answer from you guys on relationships, because I didn't want to give a bad,
Yeah.
answer, and I'm not in a predicament where I can give any good advice on dating. But the question was, how do you know when you cannot trust the relationship anymore? Like, at what point do you know that that person cannot be trusted?
Yeah.
And my response was, when you have to ask that question.
Absolutely.
That sounds
That's it.
that sounds right to me.
Yeah.
Because I think I think you're asking the question because
Yeah.
When can I trust it? I think after being caught for the third time cheating, you pretty much know. Or,
Yeah.
or after being caught lying for the 17th time about nothing, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's an innate feeling that, or an innate knowledge that we have to know when somebody's BSing us in relationships. But I think we live more on the fantasy of being in a relationship than what the reality is of the relationship.
So now I'm going to swing back around because you said the word cheating. So now I got to go back to it.
Okay.
How do you come back from cheating in relationships? We've all had our heartaches and disappointments, and I've always said you can always come back as long as it's not involving another person, because that's when it's difficult. But what is your take on that? How do you come back from cheating in a relationship? Yeah,
It's very hard to do because you've lost that person's trust.
Yeah. And people don't understand that trust. That's your foundation.
Yeah.
When you're building a relationship. And I remember explaining to a young couple that if you break that trust, that foundation, you can't build anything else on top of it. Everything else is just piling up, waiting to crumble, because you've destroyed the foundation of the relationship to begin with.
Well, I have a different take on it though. Just from the angle of, and I said this before as well, just from the angle of if you've invested a lot in a relationship, right, and you do find out that someone cheated in the relationship, I just think that, to me, it depends on how many times that person has cheated or how many times you've allowed that person to cheat. Because if you find out that someone cheated, in my opinion, I don't think that should be I don't think that should be the end of a relationship.
So are you saying that you get a
not a pass,
one pass, just a one-time pass?
Well, I'm just what I'm saying is, I'm just saying that I just think that people are quick to say the relationship will be deaded. I mean, like, it's easy for people to say it's over if he cheating, but how many people that say that, and then they find out their man or their woman has cheated, and then then they start trying to make excuses for why the person cheated, and then try to find excuses to stay in the relationship. So I'm saying, reality.
Well, I'll tell you this: I'm not good at it. I do not forgive easily.
I got you.
It took a lot out of me in my first love. I mean, you know, when you get your first love, you think the world is going to end.
Yeah.
And, you know, it didn't go quite the way I expected, obviously. And I could not bring myself to get over it, you know. And because of that, I had to reevaluate the relationship and say, if I can't get over this, then how can I stay in this? Because every argument is going to be brought back around to this moment. So because of that, I felt I needed to walk away. Now, did I stop loving that person? No.
Yeah.
Love them to death to this day. However, the relationship trust, that foundation, for me, it just couldn't be fixed.
So was it the one time though, or is it something that you found out? That's what I'm saying. Like,
no, he was. Now I will say this: he was man enough, and we were young. He was man enough at that time to be honest and tell me what happened. I think because we were young, the devastation of it all, it became more dramatic than what it needed to be. And because I had never been hurt before, that was like I said, first love.
Yeah.
So I was just like, you know, oh my God, how could you do this? I don't know, I want to see you again. But looking back, it could have been handled differently, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe not.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not an advocate for cheating, so I don't want anybody listening to say,
don't get yourself in trouble.
No,
that's right.
It's not that. But what I am saying is, what, in my opinion, and maybe this comes with experience or longevity in a relationship, but I just really sat one day and I thought about it. And one of my close friends said, "Man, if you ever found out that Yolanda cheated on you, would you leave?" And then I had to really think about like what all I've poured into this relationship, what all we've been through outside of cheating and all that, what all we've been through, and am I really willing to throw? Am I really being real with myself to say I'm gonna be like, I'm out? So
it really depends on the relationship.
It depends on the relationship, and I'm not saying that this person can just go out willy-nilly and cheat, but what I am saying is that everybody has a vulnerable moment.
Yes.
Everybody has a vulnerable moment, and what we have to realize, even in marriage, you don't own that person. I don't own Yolanda.
Say that again, because a lot of people think that they own. Say it again.
And that's, I think that's the mistake.
They say you mine now.
It's not. It's not. So we can say it all day. We can believe it all day. I don't never ask my wife. Even to this day, I never say, whose is this? I mean, not getting too graphic, but I don't never say, whose is this? Because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's a bunch of BS. I feel like it's a bunch of BS. But I just want to be real and real about any type of situation. I don't think I would be out if it's one time. But if I find out that she's constantly doing, or if they bring me something, and this is not a pass for anybody. This is not a pass for my wife.
Right. Don't go out here and get yourself messed up.
But I'm simply saying that sometimes we are quick to say what we will do and what we won't do when you've never been placed in that situation.
So you know what? That is absolutely true.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I'm saying I don't know. I've never been placed in that situation. But I'm saying, to answer the question, I just don't think that, because it, to be honest, it's probably made some people's relationship better. If you think about it, they probably want to spend more time together. They want to be together more. They've gone through that. I don't know. So you know, I'm not talking from experience, but I'm just saying that I don't think it should be it's over if they cheat, and you've poured so much into the relationship. So that's just,
you know, the older I get, the more I can kind of calm down from it. You know, like you said, depending on what I've invested. Now, see, that can work both ways. You can.
That works both ways.
Ridiculously pissed off because of what you invested in that relationship, and so you just have to walk away because you're like, I'm gonna hurt you because I've invested too much in you.
But now I will.
Or you can say that again.
I'll agree with you on the fact that if you can't get over it, then don't stay in it, because that's where the relationship becomes toxic. If y'all just can't get over it, and you can't get through it,
yeah,
then it is best to separate. You know, so it can be toxic.
Yes.
So I'm just saying, I just pray that I never have to go through it.
Absolutely.
You know.
Yeah. You know, you guys are beyond blessed to have found one another, especially in a time like this, where dating is just so jacked up. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And I feel like you say you see your daughter dating. Mine is not of age, thank God, yet. But when that time comes, I'm worried for her. I am truly worried for her. What's out here? What is there to offer? You know, that's another thing. People don't really bring much. People are selfish.
Yeah, they are. We are. People are.
Very, and they rather make sure that they're okay than to have that relationship together to make sure we're okay.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I meant when I said marriage is easy. People are difficult. That is exactly what I meant.
I got you. Okay. You actually said that. I ain't listening, I guess. I don't be listening all the time.
No, not all the time.
Not all the time. See, that's that 22 years of marriage right there coming out. He ain't always listening when he's supposed to.
Now, Chrissy, let me say this. And sometimes we pausing, but all day my phone hadn't been going off. But this messenger has been ringing all this whole thing. So I hope you can't hear it on your
No, we can't. I can't hear it. Can't see it. Great.
Okay, good.
They'll catch up with you.
Yeah, it's just
that is hilarious. Yeah, people do the same thing, and I'm like just like you guys. You know which day of the week. You know, everybody knows. They know it's Wednesday. They know it's Saturday. But for whatever reason, my dad is one of them. Hi, Dad. Calls every Wednesday at 9:00. I said something in your mind is telling you of something about me on Wednesdays at 9. But it says call. Hilarious.
Yeah.
So a question in relationships, especially in marriage, do you believe in playing each other's roles? Like, oh, you're the husband, I'm doing A, B, and C, and I'm the wife, I'm doing A, B, and C. Are there specific roles?
To an extent, I do. I just give the obvious. I'm always gonna have to take the trash out. You mean like that?
Hey,
I'm always gonna have to take the trash out. I'm always gonna be the one to lock the doors. I'm always gonna be the one to make sure the yard is straight. She gonna always be the one that clean, but it's not mandated. I clean the kitchen sometimes. If I ain't here, she take the trash out sometimes. I don't come in and sit down if food is cooked and wait for her to bring a plate. I don't believe that, but I just think that sometimes, just because of the way I was brought up, I'm not gonna let her pump no gas. Now I do see that with this generation.
Oh my God.
I do see
a lot. Be in the passenger seat. The girls is pumping gas. I just don't understand.
You talk about something that burns my biscuit.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll say to myself, okay, that must be her little brother, or even still.
Yeah.
So maybe it's the kid, and they just big. I don't know.
But the crazy thing, Chrissy, is like it's on the flip side, it is a lot of successful women out here that will probably cuss your ass out if you go to try to say, "Oh, I want to help you pump your gas," or hold the door open for you.
Yeah.
Or if you hold the door open,
that's a problem as well. For men, they can't find women that sometimes women are more dominant than they have to be. And that will deter men from dating them. I'm not that woman. Take out the trash. Pump the gas. Matter of fact, you drive. I'll sit here. You know what I mean? I'm used to having doors open for me. Things like that. You get the grass taken care of. I'm used to stuff like that. These new guys, they'll sleep all day, and you be out there pushing the lawnmower.
Yes.
Yeah.
And see, that's the difficult part of the generational problem that we're having in dating, because somebody my age who was raised with grandparents that had specific roles in their relationship will meet a man that doesn't understand those dynamics
Mm-hmm.
and will more or less, and I'm gonna say this gently, a
Uh-oh.
lot of times men are looking for moms
Oh.
instead of
Well, you
wives
gotta
or
say
Yeah,
that gently.
yeah,
They need to hear it. You can say that again.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They're looking for
Yeah,
mom.
they're looking for their mamas.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, but it's not even their fault because again, another generational issue is they're coming from homes where there's nothing but the moms.
Yeah.
So it's all they know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're dealing with so many issues on so many different sides until I'm almost to the point where I'm accepting the fact that marriage may not come my way again.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
I'm
But you
pretty
open to
much
it
okay
though?
with that.
You okay with
Are
that?
you open to it though?
Oh, definitely. I was open to it in this relationship. I would have hoped it was going to go that direction, and nobody knows. Maybe things will switch up. Who knows? Um, but it didn't, and I'm okay with that as well. But I didn't continue to waste like I said, we're in the transitional part right now. Like we
Uh-huh.
don't know, we're trying to figure it out. Um, but I'm okay if it's not going to be. I guess after you've been hurt and have been disappointed so many times,
Mm-hmm.
at a certain point you just like, you know what, it
It
is
is.
what it is.
It
I
is.
still have to live my life.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I found that space where it doesn't matter if somebody else is in that space. I'm still going to live.
Yeah.
And I think that's an important part of even finding the next relationship, of being okay whether I'm in a relationship or not. Because if every relationship that you get in, you're dying to stay in that relationship, then are you really in it? Or are you just in it because you think you need to be in it?
Yeah.
Right.
It's just weird, I don't want to be that person.
Yeah.
No, I got you.
What are some of the problems that you see? If you can talk about younger people around you. I don't want to put your daughter out there, but younger people around you, the situations and issues that they face in dating, and the advice that you can give them.
Some problems. Yeah, I go old school and say just stop putting all when you and your spouse or not spouse, but when you and your significant other, when y'all have issues, stop being so quick to put your business on social media. Because when we used to fall out, it was just we didn't even have social media. We really ain't had cell phones like that. I had to wait till she got home to talk to her or text her.
By then you done calm down a little bit.
And I calmed down.
That's true.
So what they're quick to do is go on social media, say this dude a bum, he ain't got nothing, blah blah blah, or he'll say,
and they dog him out.
They
so
dog
bad.
him out, and
Ooh,
then
so bad.
now
Ooh.
instead of saying leave your family out your relationship, you done put everybody.
You done put all your friends that ain't your
in
friends.
relationship. So now when you want to go back, it's harder to go back from that argument because you got so many people inboxing you giving their opinion. So you can't really make a rational decision on your own.
Yeah.
At that point.
That is true. I find that to be absolutely true. People, you got to keep it off of the social media. People.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Yeah.
I mean, we already learned from the dude, what was it, Derek or whatever his name was. He was out there giving all this advice, and got a side chick, baby, whatever. We ain't heard about that in a couple of months,
Yeah.
But you cannot allow social media to be in your relationship. And I believe he played a big part in a lot of women's decision making.
Yeah.
And it's just sad. That's sad. I would say read a book before you watch social media advice.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Go to some therapists, talk some things out, but don't put it out there for everybody to be in the middle of.
Yeah.
You guys, you have I want to see your relationship goals shirt. I love the shirt. I was telling you guys earlier.
Yeah. It's just basically a relationship goals, and we put whatever it takes to achieve happiness in your own relationship. And because I think a lot of people look at celebrities or look at whoever and be like, that's the relationship goal there. And then when everything don't fall in place like they think that celebrity's relationship is, then they're quick to be out. They're quick to be out. So that was the purpose of us even starting this podcast.
Yeah. So I know we should have said that in the beginning. So how did it come to be?
It just was all the hashtags I saw, and then how fast people flipped on. This was afterwards, but how fast people flip on couples that they admire because one of them make a mistake. Like, like Will Smith them. Everybody wanted to be like Will and Jada for a minute, and then
they realized they was entangled.
then the tangle happened. Now this couple is fake. No, they're not fake, but you don't post on social media your problems.
Right.
You don't post on there the bad times. You don't post the arguments. So you only seeing the good that goes into a relationship. And we just wanted to be open and honest and real with our relationship and transparent. So that's why earlier when she was trying to say it was easy, we're not putting that out there. For the ones that's coming that get married, you can't run from the first sight of an issue. And I think that's what people do because they think that all relationships are supposed to be easy, and it's not.
No, they're not. They're not at all. Dealing in long distance dating, that has been very, very difficult.
Yeah.
But people, you have to make the decision every day to be in that relationship. And over the last 2.5, almost 3 years, we both made the decision to be accountable and to be in that relationship because nobody can make you be with somebody. You have to make that choice.
Yeah.
That conscious decision in your mind. I want to be with this person.
Yes.
I want to make this work. And I think that's where a lot of people mess up is when it doesn't work, you already got like 4 or 5 people lined up waiting.
Oh yeah. You already do.
So were you really even in a relationship if all these people was waiting? Were you in it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right now, I mean, if things don't work out and we decide to go our separate ways, guess what? I don't have anybody waiting and I'm not trying to. Take a break before you go to the next thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't take unnecessary baggage.
Yes.
You see that a lot.
Yeah.
I really, really appreciate you guys coming on and just talking about relationships and being who you are on your show, which is absolutely, like I said, guys, I love it.
I'm so glad.
It is one of the funniest because you get the people, they do their comments, they're interacting with you. You have a great following. I really, really hope to continue to see you guys doing what you're doing and it'll just keep being real.
Well, thank you, Chrissy, and thank you for this opportunity.
Definitely.
We really appreciate it.
We're going to take some of these questions that you asked us tonight, too. And
oh, yeah, definitely. When can people see you guys?
Thursday nights. Well, we do a podcast Thursday nights at 7 o'clock on Facebook Live. We just talk about everything. A lot of people either call us or inbox us questions, and we just tackle those questions. So sometimes we don't know what we're gonna discuss until probably noon that day. So
and but we never really even talk about. Once we put the topic out there, we don't talk about it anymore until we talk on the show.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to
so
it.
It's very authentic.
People don't realize how much work it goes into doing a podcast either.
Oh yes. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But I definitely like this setup that you have here in this platform, and
thank you.
Wish you all continued success, and I hope it gets bigger.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Well, again,
Birdie told me that you have a wine.
Yes,
and I know you guys love to drink.
I saw that. I actually just saw that today.
So
Oh,
I
really?
I'm
my
saying
order
the link.
over the weekend.
Yeah, we
Yes, yes, yes. If you do it sometime this week or weekend, you should be able to get it by Juneteenth. It is shipping from California.
Yeah.
It's called Polare. People don't really know how to pronounce it, but it's Polare. And
Oh,
Polare means to talk.
I was saying
Polare.
how was I saying it?
I don't
I
know.
said it wrong. Parlare.
Polare. Yes, Polare.
Yeah.
And it means to talk. And it was, based off of talking. I talk, doing this every day and having that great conversation. Like I just saw you with your glass. When you have good conversation, you always got a glass next to you. So Polare was born. It's a great white wine. What people don't understand is they think, white wine, it's semi-sweet.
Yeah.
It's semi-sweet.
Yeah.
I love white wine. I'm a white wine girl. I love it.
Yeah, so we definitely will be getting a bottle.
Thank you so much. And I need to get me one of them shirts.
Oh, you can get one.
Yeah, I gotta get a shirt, man.
That ain't no problem.
Because I need to start putting out there what my relationship goals are. I gotta put it out there into the universe.
Out there.
Put it out there.
We got some more coming too, like with just some of the logos and some of the sayings. So we're working on that now.
Well, guys, you make sure you catch the Simpsons, the real Simpsons, the relationship Simpsons on Facebook Live.
You can also see it on YouTube as well. On YouTube, we do pre-recorded sets sometimes and put them on YouTube under the Relationship Podcast with the Simpsons.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad again that you guys were able to join me. I really, really appreciate it. And this is Chrissy Commons Conversation. Tonight, we talked about relationships, the next generation, and where are we headed to. And I hope that you take the time out to listen, share, comment, and also to watch on YouTube, subscribe, and continue to have the conversation. Leave your comments, your thoughts, and reach out to the Simpsons or to myself to ask more questions. We will both look forward to seeing all of our viewers next week. And this weekend, I'll have a pre-recorded session on with the Deputy Chief of Baltimore City's Fire Department. So that will be interesting. Please, I hope you have the time to join in. Again, stay safe, stay healthy, and make sure you continue to have meaningful conversations. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Take care. Appreciate it.